So there's my GPS. There's my 360 camera. Now this GPS is connected to my helmet. So I'm listening to music through the GPS. And it's not a GPS, it's just an Android Auto device. It's basically Android Auto or Apple CarPlay, and my phone is in my pocket. So I don't have to put my phone on a mount here on the dashboard and worry about it getting wet, or worried about it getting hit by something, or worried about it if I have an accident, it falling off the bike and getting flung out into nowhere, and then I gotta go try and find it. It's in my pocket. So I think that's really one of the best things about this solution is that your phone stays in your pocket. It's right here, and here's my phone right here. So I don't have to sit here and fiddle with my phone while I'm riding. So you look at the price of say one of those phone mounts can be as much as like $80 or $100 for a phone mount. This thing's $150, and you don't have to put your phone in your pocket, and you don't have to wow, this is all mud. It used to be all grass. I used to park over here in the grass. Right over here is where I always park and sit down in the grass and film. So I'm gonna sit over here and film in this, just to be different. I think I can. Yeah. Somebody's shoes are sitting there. Anyway, so, and when I turn the key off, it automatically goes off. So I don't have to sit here and worry about whether or not my GPS is turned on or anything's turned on, and the music and everything stops and it's done. I get off the bike, I don't have to take my phone off. I can just get off, walk in the store. I don't have to worry about anything. It's really easy with this Hohem iSteady. I love this thing. I love this stabilizer that I got here. This thing's fantastic. Anyway, I was making a video today about my GPS, and I also wanted to do a video at the same time about this Hohem iSteady gimbal stabilizer. I'm shooting this in the native Pixel 7 cinematic mode. That's what this is in right now. I'm going to change it here in a second to the ultra wide lens and the regular 4K 60 or 120 or whatever you want to shoot in. But what I like is I can shoot in any mode that I want to, and it'll track me no matter where I'm going. So if I'm walking around the motorcycle talking about my motorcycle and stuff, this gimbal tracks me, which is perfect for situations like this where you're wanting to film solo stuff for, you know, content creation for like YouTube or stuff like that, because you don't have to have a second person controlling your gimbal. Today when I took out on the bike, first thing I noticed, I haven't been riding with the GPS. This is my first day actually riding around with the Android Auto Apple CarPlay device on there. When I first turned it on and started working, it didn't seem like it was connected to my headphone. I couldn't hear it. So what it is you have to turn the volume up on it, because I couldn't hear the volume in my headset. As soon as I went, you know, hey Cardo, turn up the volume, you know, volume up a couple times, I could hear the music playing. I was like, oh, okay, it was just turned way down. So I reached up, turned the volume all the way up, and it still wasn't loud enough, but I know that there's a setting on the unit itself to turn the volume up, and it got super loud. So it's just a minor thing. It was just something I noticed, and I thought I'd bring it up. But one of the things I wanted to tell you guys, which was awesome, is just the ability. I see all these commercials for, oh, you gotta, or these ads on YouTube for use this camera mount and whatever the different, you know, whatever those little quick mount releases and wireless charging mounts and all that kind of junk for your phone, to mount your phone on your bike, when this makes way more sense than mounting your phone on your bike. I can keep my phone in my pocket. If I gotta go to the store, I don't have to worry about taking my phone. I get off the bike, walk in the store. I don't have to disconnect the phone, take it in. I don't have to reconnect the phone, put it on the mount, launch any maps or anything on the phone, and try to deal with it with gloves on and all this other stuff. You just leave the phone in your pocket and use the GPS that's on the bike. That to me is brilliant. That's way better than doing it any other way, really. That's the smart way to do it. and it's not that expensive. I can't believe it's, you know, it's only $150 for this thing. That's a no-brainer. People pay, you know, 10 times that for a phone. You guys got to get this. I'm going to leave a link down in the description below for the gimbal. I mean, for the GPS, for the Android Auto Apple CarPlay device, and the one for the bracket for the Versys. If you guys have a Versys, this is 2019. I think it's still the same through 2023. It's got the same exact mount for the windshield, so I don't see why it wouldn't matter. There is one thing, if you guys want me to make it, the little metal bars go on the backside closest to your dash. The screws go there. The screw goes through with a washer through the front of the windshield. So all you got to do is take the windshield off, run the screw through the front, through the little standoffs, and then into the bracket. I put it on like multiple times, bolted on the other side. I kept changing it, and that was the best way to do it. And you have to have the little standoffs to get it close enough to the dash so that when the window goes up and down, it doesn't hit the back of the GPS, the Android Auto device or Apple CarPlay device, whatever you want it, whatever phone device you're using. Anyway, it's the best thing I've gotten. Awesome for the bike. I mean, really, it's one of the best things. It's just awesome. Anyway, I'm gonna go for a ride, and I'll show you some of that video. Okay, 60. Anyway, this mount I got for my GPS, it's right here. I'll leave a link below. It bolts to the windshield motor and goes up to the here, and then the GPS, I hooked it up to the wire that's running the power for this USB port. So I found the plugs on the side. You have to take the side panel off right here, and then you can get to the plug, and you can see the first one says CL. It's cigarette lighter. It's on a 10 amp fuse. So I connected this directly to that, but I left the little plug on here so I could unplug this GPS, this Android Auto, and take it with me, or I could unplug it and put it on another device. If I had another one of these mounts, I could put it somewhere else. But anyway, it's a pretty cool little mount. It says, I don't know if you can see it, it says Versys on it right there inside the shade. You can't see it behind the windshield. Yeah, yeah, you can. There you go. See, it says Versys on it. It's got a little... All right, my phone was getting hot. 4K 60 was heating my phone up. 4K 30 seems okay. Anyway, so the little bracket here was like, I think it was like $12 or $20, something like that. This was $150, and when I turn the key on, it automatically connects to the to my phone. So if I turn the key on, see, it turns, a motorcycle comes on the dash. It comes on the screen. And then it goes to this, and it'll automatically connect to Android Auto and connect to my helmet and everything. And it just works. So it loads the data, it connects to my phone. See, the Bluetooth sign comes on. It'll connect to the phone that I'm recording this video on right now. So the phone will not turn off. I'm recording on my phone. So it'll automatically launch Android Auto here in just a second. There it goes. So it's launching Android Auto. There it goes. So see the microphone? There's Android Auto. So you can leave your phone in your pocket. It comes up with the Herschel King Park. That's where I am right now. I can zoom the map up. I can recenter. There, I'm at Herschel King Park right there. So say I wanted to go, now see, it's telling me to go this way because I'd already set in a coordinates to go to High Bridge Road, which is where I like to ride. So it's already set to go to High Bridge Road. And it just came right back on. And it's telling me to go to High Bridge Road, tell me how far it is. You can go to music. You can bring up your music and start and do your music. It works with the gloves on too. You can do YouTube music, or you can pick others. I got Plex on here. You can do the phone and listen and make phone calls right through Android Auto, just like you would in your car. And it's the newest version of Android Auto because it's on the phone, and it's the newest version, or Apple CarPlay, whatever you have. So I'm just going to go back to maps. Anyway, it works just like in your car, which is awesome. So I'm going to go in here and see if I can change the settings. The volume on it was a little low, so I'm going to raise the volume real quick and see how that works. So okay, so I had to go into the settings, and it automatically turned my phone off to go in the settings. But you go in the settings and then just adjust the master volume, and I turned it up so that the volume will be louder in my headset. Anyway, I'm going to go for a ride and we'll check it out. Anyway, you can see the GPS has my location. It's got everything. It's working with the thing. And say I wanted a different song, I don't even have to reach over. I can reach up and hit the button there, and it works with gloves on. Or I can just say, hey Cardo, next track. And it changes the tracks. It just changed the track for me, and I could see the track down there. And it's that easy. I mean, it's super easy. It works just like in your car with the Cardo Pack Talk that I have, the Pack Talk, whichever one, the Freecom 4 or whatever this is. Cardo Freecom 4 Plus is what I've got, for 4 Plus, 4 riders. But it works with the Bold and the new Edge and all that. It works the same. It uses the same voice commands. But you can change the track, you can raise and lower the volume, you can do a bunch of different stuff, and it works through the Android Auto. So I just go right through there and change it, and listen to different tracks, and navigate. I can use Google to navigate the maps, and I can tell it where I want to go, and it'll just put it right on the map there. It's perfect, hands-free, completely, and it's better than mounting the phone on it, because my phone's in my pocket. Yeah, what I was saying, and like I said, if I want to go in a store, if I want to get gas, and say I want to run the store, grab a drink real quick, I don't have to worry about somebody coming up and stealing my phone off the bike. And that thing, you can't, it's almost impossible to steal that Android Auto off the bike, the Apple CarPlay Android Auto device, because it's mounted to the thing and it's got a screw in the back of it. They would have to know how that thing comes off, and it's bolted on there really good. So I had it take me to High Bridge Road, which is right there. So let's pretend I want to go. My daughter and granddaughter have been texting constantly back and forth. It vibrates a little bit on these bumpy roads, but if you're on the highway, like most of the time I'm driving, I can see it perfectly fine. On the highway, this road's kind of bumpy, so it vibrates quite a bit, and it's mounted to the mount on the windshield, which I can see the windshield vibrating. You know, my handlebars don't vibrate, but you know, I can see the windshield vibrating a little bit. It's not bad though. It's really not. It's barely vibrating. I can see it perfectly clear. And it seems to work really, really well. I like it. I like it a lot. And I can use all the same stuff just like Android Auto for your car, or for your whatever, or Apple CarPlay for your car. It's got the stuff on there. I can make the phone calls, and they pop up. If somebody calls, it'll ring right there, and I can answer it, and I see who's calling. It's great, and I don't have to have my phone out. I like that I don't have to have my phone. Now I got a big phone. I've used multiple different kind of phone mounts for my phones, different phones and different mounts and everything, and yeah, I had a mount that I could use with wireless charging and all that, but this is more handy. This is better because I don't have to have the phone on there. I don't have to have wireless charging on. I don't have to have it plugged in with a cable. I don't have to do any of that stuff. All I have to do is just drive. So here's the beach. There's the beach right there on my right, the ocean. And like I say, I can listen to everything. I'm probably going to stop off at the gas station up here and get gas while I'm right here. Anyway, but if I want to listen to a different song, I just go, hey Cardo, next track. And it changes the track. There's the next track. And I'm listening to the music. The GPS is coming up. It's funny because like sometimes it seems to do it, and then sometimes Google doesn't. Like it doesn't know
to do the Google on the GPS, but it's really not a big deal. Normally I set my destination before I go somewhere, so it's not like the end of the world if it's not doing it on the fly. As long as I can change tracks and I can see the maps and I can have my navigation set beforehand, that's all that really matters to me. So I'm coming over here to Flagler Beach. There's high tides. Watch out, dude. This guy's trying to go around this guy. Damn, that smells good. I want to eat some seafood. But see, there's the ocean right there. I turned it off of that high bridge thing. Right now I'm listening to Prince Delirious. I gotta get gas. I can probably make it to the 7-Eleven over there by Publix. I'm sure I can. Rather than get gas right here by, right down here. Anyway, I just wanted to show you guys the maps and the stuff on how that works. Maybe take you for a little ride down the beach. Look, this guy was in such a hurry. He's sitting in traffic behind me now, or right in front of me. He wanted to pass me so bad. He's right here. I should smoke him. I don't have to. It's just funny that he was in such a hurry to go nowhere. Oh, now I'm listening to Cat Stevens. There's Oceanside Beach Bar and Grill. That's a pretty decent place. I've eaten there. I think we ate there once.